I discovered that I'm not a quitter. I can work through hard things because this season was definitely the hardest season I've ever had. Almost quit during the winter time, but instead I took this route and learned how to expand my game basically.
Tell me about your confidence on the field before the program.
Very unstable, relying on like external factors and things that I can't control. Needing to like do something super impressive to feel good about myself. Just like little things I couldn't control, like the other team, a bad pass would just like really mess up my confidence and affect my performance.
And then what's different now?
Just knowing that I can't control that, that's gonna lead to my confidence always changing. But if I can focus on the things that I can control, then I will know that I can do that and I can feel confident from doing that.
How are you in control of your own confidence?
I can use like the Coet combos and different tools. I can like set goals for me for each practice game, like being aggressive, trying out new things like 1v1s, and I can just attach my confidence to that. And it doesn't matter like if I do good or bad, but if I like know that I tried to do something that I can control, I can be confident off of that.
Can you tell me about like why it matters to get detailed?
Getting details like getting involved with yourself, that's going to help you improve if you like focus on all the details and the little things that you might brush off because that's going to help you like actually do it.
What are you more prepared to do when something hard happens?
I'm more prepared to like be resilient and like not let that take over my mind and ruin my play.
With the tools that you've learned, do you feel like you're better prepared to analyze your thoughts, gain that self-awareness, and be able to make a decision on like what you want to do?
Definitely. A lot of it's like self-awareness. That was kind of like the first thing we learned, like knowing, like being able to say how you feel, being honest with yourself is like the first step to even like using the tool, and then you can know what's wrong and you can fix it.
What was the most helpful thing that you learned or practiced?
The mastery experiences. It's when you think back to a time like what you want to do well. For me, it just makes me trust myself when like self-doubt creeps in. It's like you know you can do this, and it really boosts my confidence.
What was it like working through this stuff that we talked about with other players who were your age who were also dealing with similar challenges?
It was very comforting and like assuring to know that it's normal to like have your default mode. Yeah, it was just really comforting to know that other people were also going through this.
Once you're put in the place to talk about it, how does that make you feel?
I mean, good and proud and more comfortable because, like we say, like mental skills are just as important as physical. To acknowledge that you need to work on it is something to be proud about. If one of my friends is like struggling, I can tell that like they're getting in their head. I like can be like, don't worry about it and kind of just talk to them about some of the stuff that I learned. But now I feel much more comfortable.
Tell me a little bit about self-compassion. Tell me about that tool.
It's about not being like so hard on yourself, criticizing yourself over every little thing, kind of like finding the good things in a game. Like, let's say you had a game that wasn't your best, like finding one good pass or one time when you were aggressive and being kind to yourself based on you did something good.
Tell me why it wouldn't be very beneficial to just be kind to ourselves all the time.
If you're kind to yourself all the time, oh my gosh, then you're not gonna grow or improve.
But then tell me on the other hand, why is it not a good thing to just be hard on ourselves all the time?
Then you're gonna have a lot of ants, and your default mode is going to be more permanent and there more often because you're always being mean to yourself.
And what are ants?
Ants are automatic negative thoughts
And why are they automatic?
because they come from your default mode, which is like your brain is wired to think negatively first. This is why we have to do mental skills to help the positive come through.
Why is our brain wired to think of the negative first?
Was it from like the cavemen They were always like on alert in case like a predator or something was coming. So they had to think negatively and be more on like edge for their survival.
What kind of things used to get in your head or throw you off during games?
Not getting the ball, that made me think like, oh, you're not trying hard enough. You're not doing anything. And that, and also like giving away the ball, like specifically from like a pass that gets intercepted.
And how do you handle those same situations now?
Saying like what's next from that tool, that really helps. And just reminding myself that mistakes are like they're gonna happen and no one expects you to be perfect. Saying those like self-coaching thoughts, I guess, that is a nice reminder that you need to keep moving forward, not to dwell on it.
Can you tell me the difference between external validation and internal validation?
External validation is like relying on, let's say, like your coaches, your parents, teammates, someone else's comments or opinion about you to feel confident about yourself. Internal validation is having that confidence and like good feeling about yourself, like deep down in you, like not having to rely on other people to like you or think you're doing good, saying nice things to you because you know that you're confident in yourself.
But we want to have more of a balance between internal validation and external validation, right? Tell me why that's important.
You want to have a balance because, like you said, if you're always relying on external validation, then your confidence is going to be unstable and you'll always be feeling down about yourself if someone isn't like, oh, you did amazing, great job. I think we talked about this, like having your internal validation, so knowing you are you, you are good enough is good. And then, like, external validation can be like a bonus.
Do you feel like this program provided you with tools to develop that solid foundation of internal validation?
Definitely, well, again, the mastery experiences that I kind of use a
Mhm.
lot, like just reminding yourself that you are good, like you kind of build like trust in yourself.
What did you learn about yourself during this program? What did you discover about your strengths?
I discovered that I'm not a quitter. I can work through hard things because this season was definitely the hardest season I've ever had. Almost quit during the winter time, but instead I took this route and learned how to expand my game basically.
What would you tell another player who's considering this program?
Well, first I would say like definitely do it. It makes a big difference in your confidence and your overall game performance. And I would also say like you can't really just like go through the motions and not actually work on it because that's not gonna really make a whole change. And also don't expect everything to change at once because it is definitely a roller coaster and you're gonna have good days, good weeks, bad weeks, and not to get discouraged from that. Thank you.
Bye.